Iceberg. All right, let's jump into bold predictions here on 4th Street. So Southern Miss, South Alabama. Why don't we go Jackson first? How are we feeling bold this weekend, Jackson?
So I know I talked about the reshuffled offensive line. You can listen to that a little bit earlier in the podcast, but it seems like all five, or at least four out of the five positions, have adjusted based off of the last 2 weeks' performance. And it's going to be shocking, but hear me out. So South Alabama has been held under 100 yards rushing once this season. That came in the 10-6 loss to Troy. Southern Miss has been held under 100 yards rushing 6 times this season. And my bold prediction is that not only will South Alabama be held under 100 yards rushing, but Southern Miss will surpass 100 yards rushing and outgain South Alabama by at least 50 rushing yards.
Pretty bold, pretty bold. Big day for the running game. Charlie, what are we thinking?
That is pretty bold, and unfortunately, it will not snow in Hattiesburg. That's just facts. It will be 51 at game time, though, so a little crispy.
Oh,
Um, but I remember watching this game last year and really saw Jalen Tolbert break out for South Alabama, and obviously that's a guy they knew. But that was my first time really watching him. Kind of kept an eye on him after that. Obviously, he's in the league now. I think this is a great game. For Jason Brownlee to kind of have a statement. Obviously NFL scouts already know about him, but if he could compete in this game, that's a 8-2 Sun Belt team. I think that will say against a top Sun Belt defense. I think that will say a lot to scouts about who Jason Brownlee is, and he's going to get the looks this game. So I've got him going off for 175 yards and 2 TDs. We saw what Trey Lowe was doing with him last week. I think that will continue this week.
yeah, I'm right with Charlie on this one. I actually told Jackson this on Wednesday that I was going to pick this for bold predictions. Senior day, I think it means a lot. Jason Brownlee, we were on the practice field, Jackson and I said, God, they're going to miss Jason Brownlee. I mean, just every time you throw to him, almost, he seems like he could make the catch. And I'm all in with Charlie on this one. I've picked 150 plus yard receiving days, so I'm for bold predictions for every receiver on this team except for Jason Brownlee. So I'm going to go with Jason Brownlee for this. I had the exact same 175 yards and 2 touchdowns for my bold prediction. So me and Charlie on the exact same bold prediction there. So those are our bold predictions for Saturday, South Alabama versus Southern Miss here on 4th Street.